So I'm going to talk to you about open space, which is a methodology that we've used in doing some real community listening work. So we heard this morning about the importance of listening to our local people, and that's exactly what we were trying to do using this methodology. So I'm going to sort of talk you through it. There is a video of our open space event, and it's being played on screens around here somewhere. So if you want to see the video and see us in action, you can do that later on. But I thought I'd just talk you through the process for now and give you a little bit of context. It was the team working on the NCIA Action Learning Sets that put this open space event together. So we're at Edgehill University, and we have got community partners working across West Lancashire, where we're based. And we've got somebody from the West Lancashire CVS, Council for Voluntary Service. We've got people from the local Friends of the Earth group, and people from local social enterprises as well. So we decided we wanted to do some sort of community listening event. And it happened that one of my PhD students used this open space methodology in his day job as a worker in a Theatre for Social Change organisation based in Liverpool. And he's been talking a lot to me about this open space methodology. So when it came to us wanting to put this community listening event on, we thought, oh, well, let's give this methodology a go. And we were fortunate to have some funding through the NCIA project, got a few £1,000s, and we decided to use some of that to put on a training session so that we could learn about open space. And then we decided we'd have that in the morning, and then in the afternoon we'd run an open space event itself. So Collective Encounters, this Theatre for Social Change organisation, ran the training and helped us to host this event. So what we had to do was decide on the calling question for our event. So in open space technology or methodology, you have a calling question which sort of invites people to attend the event. And we had a lot of debate as a group. This was probably the hardest thing, was to decide exactly what this calling question was going to look like. And because everybody had their own agenda really for this and wanted, their sort of interests to be represented in the calling question. But we decided to, in the end, to keep it quite broad. We were all interested in the power of community knowledge. So that's what we decided. That would be the focus of the event. And then one of our community partners did some marketing for it. We were able to use some of the NCIA money to pay him to do some marketing and to produce the video as well, which you can see on the other screens. And it was challenging. I think if you watch the video, it all looks very smooth, and in reality it was quite a challenging process just to decide on the calling question and to decide on how we marketed it and who we wanted to come and all those fiddly questions. But we did it as a group. We came to a consensus, and we had a really good turnout, both to the training in the morning and then to the event itself in the afternoon. I think at the event there were about 25 people from local community organisations and just general members of the public as well that came. So we were pleased with that turnout. So, and at the training we have the NCIA team, and I'm also director of the Centre for Social Responsibility at Edgehill, so I invited all our members, internal and external members, to come to the training. So we got the word out about about open space. So open space basically is a way of hosting meetings in a democratic way. And I think what's most exciting about it is that the agenda isn't set. So when you go to a meeting, even if it's a community meeting and it's all quite open, there's usually an agenda. And for this, in this open space, the people that come set the agenda themselves. And I think that's just something quite empowering about that, and just more refreshing than going to a meeting where you've just got to sit and listen and work through an agenda, pre-set agenda. So the calling, people respond to the calling question. They always sounds interesting. turn up hopefully. And then what Collective Encounters does, which is a little bit different from what you'd read about open space, is that they include this idea of the provocation. So we had 3 speakers that gave very short, 35-minute provocations, which talks about, about community, all related to community knowledge, the power of community knowledge, but also posing challenges really about, how good is the university at actually doing this sort of work, and really sort of challenging, being quite critical. A provocation doesn't have to be critical, but it tends to be because it's designed to provoke. It's designed to provoke discussion, debate. And what happens then? So that you have the speakers give their provocations, and then there's a brief question and answer after those after the provocations, and then through that sort of question and answer discussion process, the agenda starts to set itself. So those sort of the points that people raise from those provocations become agenda items. And then with those agenda items, we split onto tables to discuss it. So people decided which agenda item they wanted to tackle, and we split onto tables and discuss those agenda items on tables. And then as a feedback, it was all really quite straightforward. We just sort of collected the ideas from the tables, and then just asked people to give us a golden nugget. We were looking for golden nuggets of what had come out of the work for them. So we've got a nice sort of list of golden nuggets, and then actions. We asked people what actions they wanted to take forward from the day. And we had some really interesting outcomes from the day. So it was really a great opportunity for people to meet each other. There was lots of networking, and people did swap, contact details. We had a group. So one of the agenda items was about social care. So we had people there who were caring for disabled relatives. We had people there from social enterprises that were focused on sort of care, and that was. So they were really interested to meet each other, but also to see what Edgehill could provide in terms of support for them. And we had people from Edgehill there that were able to sort of make those links. One particular link was which I haven't known very much about at that point, was we have a really strong service user network in our Faculty of Health. So that they were able to sort of connect those people with that network, and connect me with that network, because I hadn't known much about it. So that network we've sort of drawn into the Centre for Social Responsibility. So that was just one outcome of many of sort of listening, sharing information and contacts. We had another theme was how can we change from us and them. So lots of sort of critical discussion about us and them, really, and sort of power relations and so on. And another theme was about student involvement. There's a real desire from people attending that, to do more work with students. And again, that's something that we're developing, and through the NCIA programme as well. We're 2 of our members of our team have joined the Action Learning Set on student involvement. So it's something that we're really trying to develop in terms of student involvement in civic engagement and knowledge exchange.